Hello? Do I hear your actual voice right now?
Babe, why are you wearing my shirt?
There's a reason for that. Okay, guys, today we are going to be telling the big story. The story of which we first met.
Yes.
In person.
In person.
Leading up to me wanting to meet her in person, we had already decided, we're going to be getting married, etc. So obviously, she knows I'm going to be proposing. First thing first comes to the ring. She had told me everything of what she wanted.
Yeah.
She's like, Jericho, I want it to be a solitaire. I want it to be, the diamonds on the side. Okay.
Girls, let your men know what you want.
There's always been one ring store that I've always vowed that I never, ever am going to buy from.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention their name.
Yeah.
Okay? Always said, I've heard their commercials. I hate their commercials on the radio.
Yeah.
I've always told people, when I get married, I am never buying from this place.
Yeah.
Okay? I had exactly in my mind what I wanted to get. Long story short, I had gone to 9 places.
Yeah.
And
So
I'd spent...
his dad, and his mom.
And my mom. There was one place I was like thinking, maybe I could do that, but it still just didn't feel right. On the way home, my dad goes, are you sure you don't want to try that store?
Yeah.
The store that I vowed I would never go to. And I'm like, nope, never going to that store, ever.
Yeah.
Ever. He goes, are you sure? And I'm like, dang it.
Yeah.
And I was like, fine. I'll go take a look around. I'll grab a handful of popcorn shrimp and I'll get out of there. So I decided to go to the store. You guys, this store is so nice. As soon as I walked in, I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
I was like, gotta be so good. And so I start looking around. Of course, the guy comes up to me and he's just like, hey, guys, or whatever. And he's like this super nice guy.
What's his name again? Evan?
Evan, yes, Evan.
Yeah.
So let's just say this was Evan's store. Evan,
okay.
if you're watching this, thank you. My dad actually told him, he said, we almost didn't come here because my son hates your guys' commercials so much.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I promised you'll have a completely different experience. So,
and you were not the first person who said that to them, too.
I was not the first. This is actually like a thing in Canada.
Yeah.
And I had a certain price in mind and I asked him, I said, how much do you think this room would cost? And it was literally like $200 more than what I had in mind. And it just ended up being perfect. So anyway, that's how I got the ring.
Yeah.
But in a span of 32 hours, I had to leave Canada.
Yeah.
I had to, board a 32-hour flight. Then I had to, meet Natasha for the first time. And then I had to, marry her. You know what I mean? My first stop in the flight, I had a little bit of issues. And they had said I might not actually be able to continue on with the flight. We will have to check with our higher ups just to make sure that you can go. And
I remember that call.
Yeah, it was such a stressful time for me, because I remember thinking we had made it, and stuff, and we had done all the paperwork that we needed to do, and this was in the height of COVID, and finally this guy decided to call the higher ups, and the higher up says, you know what, just let him go. And I remember just shaking on the inside and calling Natasha on the phone and telling her what happened.
It was like at 4 a.m. here, and I was leaving the next morning.
Yeah.
It was just, I remember him being very stressed out. I mean, obviously anyone would be, and then finally, he got on the plane and he was like, babe, just pray that there's not going to be any more interruptions and issues. And it was like the enemy was trying so hard just not to bring us together, this whole time, ever since we met, online and stuff. But nevertheless, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
When I got there, I still had it in my mind, I really hope I can get through every checkpoint, because it was the height of COVID. If you didn't have all the proper paperwork, etc., they might send you back. And I get to the Maldives airport, I'm thinking, I'm here. I'm going to meet the girl that I've been dating online for 15 months, finally here, you know what I mean? Because there's so much buildup. We've never met in person. Yeah. And we were going to get married in 2 days, and we had already planned it all. And suddenly over the intercom, we hear, Jericho Cook, could we please have you come to the... And I was like, oh no, are they going to be like, your paperwork, you're going back home, right? I had no idea. And what it turned out was they were like, you go to the luggage department. And I was like, okay. And so I go to the luggage department, and then they're like, we're so sorry, but it looks like one of your luggage got held up in Toronto. Yeah. Where I had issues.
Yeah.
And so what we think happened is that they had held my luggage because they didn't think I was going to be able to go. Now, guess what was in the luggage that was lost? My groom's outfit.
Yeah.
Let that sink in for a second. All of my clothes were in that lost luggage.
Oh my gosh.
In a way, the luggage that I did get was like my tripod, my camera, my all that other stuff, right? So it was a good thing. I was still able to record my wedding. So I think that was God. But I literally had no clothes.
Yeah.
And I had to, and here I am like in plus 35 weather in Maldives. And I thought like when I was in Canada, I should wear sweats and I'll wear like a t-shirt and a hoodie. And so here I am in plus 35 weather. All I have clothes-wise is sweats and like a hoodie. And I'm thinking like, what am I going to do? To rewind a little bit, my brother, we were discussing how I wanted to propose, right? I was thinking, okay, I'll probably wait till that night after me and Natasha meet. I'll do a nice dinner, etc. Yeah. And he comes up with the idea. He goes, well, him and my mom. And he goes, why don't you just propose to her right when you see her? I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. I wanted us to be meeting for the first time to be its own thing. And the more and more I thought about it, I was like, that's a great idea. Yeah. How many people can say that they literally met their spouse for the first time in real life and then proposed like 2 minutes later? Like,
he just kept trying to pass it off, like, oh no, I wanted to wear the ring as soon as he got there, you know, and he was like, oh no, babe, you know, we'll do it, like, I have something planned, something great planned in mind, you gotta be patient with me. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. I had not even an inkling that he was gonna do it. Yeah.
And you kept asking me, you were like, could you please give it to me on the first day? I have been like wanting to wear this thing my entire life. I want to wear it as soon as possible and show it off. And I kept telling her like, well, I don't know, like I've been talking to the guy, you know, that's at the place we're staying, and he says it might not be good where I want to take you the first day. I was just telling her a whole bunch of lies, pretty much. Forgive me, Father. But we wanted to make it very special. But here I am, and I have no clothes. And I'm thinking to myself like, oh no, like what am I gonna do? Here I want to be dressed up nice when I propose the first time, right? And here I am in sweats and a pink hoodie. So Natasha had already gone to the hotel room because she had arrived a day earlier.
Yeah, a day earlier,
I called her over the phone and I told her what happened. And she's like, well, you could wear one of my shirts, which is this shirt.
To be fair, this is a guy's shirt.
Yeah.
But still.
It's her shirt. But the thing about it is, I want to set it up so I am already in the gear. She comes up behind me and, you know, we see each other for the first time. And so I want to be wearing something nice. So I had no choice but to wear my sweats and my red Converse. Like, I wanted to look way nicer than that. God has a sense of humor, everybody, okay?
He does.
She was already at the apartment or whatever like that. So she's like, I'll leave the apartment. You just let me know when you're there. And so we won't see each other accidentally. We want to see each other on camera for the first time. I'm trying to find a nice place on this island to film this at. And it turns out the only nice place on this island is on the other side of the island of where our apartment's at. Which is about 1.5 kilometer walk, okay? So I had to walk in plus like 35 degree weather in sweats in this t-shirt all the way to the other end.
After having a 33-hour flight.
Yes. Yeah. Jet lag to the most extreme you can think.
So then he set it up and he called me and I made my way to where he was, and I remember feeling this very overwhelming feeling like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm going to actually see him, you know, and touch him and hold him, because we waited so long for this.
So here I am, I finally find a spot, I set up the camera, and this is what happened. All right, I just arrived at mine and Natasha's room. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be planning like a really nice special thing for me and her meeting for the first time. And she keeps asking me, she keeps saying like, when are you gonna propose? Like, are you gonna propose today? Are you gonna propose tomorrow? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, babe, I don't know. But I wanna keep it a surprise because actually my plan is I'm gonna propose to her as soon as I see her. So yeah, and she doesn't know that. So yes, wish me luck. So what we'll do is I'll just stand here and you come up and tap me on the back.
Okay. Don't look, okay? I'm coming.
Okay, are you gonna stay on call or are you just gonna?
No, I'm gonna hang up now. I'm gonna come tap you on the back.
Okay, my hand's shaking. Whew.
Okay.
All right.
Love you.
Love you, bye. Hello? Do I hear your actual voice right now? Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Wow. Hi.
Oh my god. Hi.
This is so weird.
This is so weird. You're weird.
You're weird. Hi.
Look how cute you are.
I know, you're so cute too.
Thank
You're
you.
very pretty. You're way smaller than I thought you were. Honestly though. Yeah.
I'm like average height, okay?
I don't know.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, baby, shaking.
Yeah, I am shaking.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I love you.
I love you. Wow, can you believe we
Hi.
made it?
Oh man, I cannot believe we made it. It's crazy. So, yeah.
I want to go back.
We can,
Okay.
but
But.
I know you said that
Oh
wanted
no, shut up. Really?
your ring right away.
Really? Are you going to do this?
And yeah.
Oh my god, really?
So, Natasha, Priyanka, imagine it.
Yes.
Will you marry me?
Yes. Oh, babe, of course I will. Are you shaking?
I am shaking.
I'm shaking. You gotta put it on.
I will. If I can stop shaking.
Stop shaking. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Babe, it's beautiful.
It fits perfectly too.
That's so pretty. Oh my
Yeah.
god. When we got there, I remember walking up from behind him and I was just like, this is such a surreal moment. I remember saying hi and then he was like, oh my gosh, am I really hearing your voice right now? Your real voice right now? We didn't even give it 1 second, but I just ran up from behind him and I just grabbed onto him and I hugged him, you know, like we didn't even get a chance to really see each other, but we just like wanted that embrace and we just hugged each other and then he almost broke my back.
So if you go back, you can see when I first grab her, I'm like squeezing her and she's like, oh, like,
oh my gosh. I'm glad I stretch and do yoga because my back would have cracked. We even called each other weird.
It just shows our relationship.
Yeah,
Like, you're weird.
You're weird. You're weird.
You're weird.
We were so overwhelmed and we just, we spent some moments just like looking at each other and, just like taking it in. It's like, okay, I think like standing here, we're not going to really relax. So I wanted to be like, let's go grab something to eat. Go and probably get you out of your sweat. And then he was like, no, just wait a minute. Just come back here 1 second. And I was like, oh, okay, what is it? And that's when he was like, I know you said you wanted to wear this like on the first day. And as soon as he said that, I just knew what he was going to do, Yeah. I could tell in his eyes, and then it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was, definitely when you let God write your love story, this is the kind of story you get. Yeah, and I remember calling our parents as well after that, and they were all just so excited.
Yeah.
They were just like, look at them, they're finally together, it was, and I remember Jericho was shaking, vibrating, his hands, he couldn't hold it still. He was just like,
I was literally like this for like probably the next 3 days.
Yeah.
I was shaking.
Yeah. Even when we were eating our first meal, we had pizza.
Yeah.
And he was just like still shaking and he just couldn't stop looking at me and I was like, stop it.
Well, how could I not like stop looking at you? Because it was like, cause you look different in real life than you did over FaceTime. But you looked better in real life and it was just such a indescribable feeling. Yeah. But it was great. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the story of Natasha and I first meeting and our proposal story. Yeah. We hope you guys have such a great day. God bless. We love you. And we'll check you later.
Bye.
Bye.